Hey everybody, this video comes out of Commerce City in Colorado. I get a lot of great video clips from them because they continuously just throw those out on social media and throw them out for people to see. So this one is going to be a reckless driver that had eluded officers, running red lights, speeding, doing a bunch of different things. This officer is going to go ahead and get in front of the suspect vehicle, throw some spike strips down in an effort to stop him, and then they're going to try to effect the arrest at that point. You're going to see how effective the spike strips were, and then a little bit of wonkiness going on with the felony not felony stop, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. This just happened on January 31st. Good figuring out where to be, ahead of this.
Good sticks. Good sticks. Good sticks. Good sticks.
Yeah, so spike strips were out. He hit it, and you could hear immediately all that air coming out of those tires. So that was a solid spike strip. And then he, I'm assuming, got on the radio on his mic and said, good sticks, so that they would know that the stop sticks were effective. Now, the wonkiness comes in as this officer here pulls up, runs up, and throws one of those miniature spike strips. We talked about those in the last Commerce City video. He's going to throw that under the tire and then make contact with the driver at the door. And you're going to see how that goes.
Hands up. Get out of the car. Unlock the car.
Hey, back out.
There you go. There's a third officer that shows up, maybe a supervisor. It's in a larger vehicle, so it could be a sergeant or something like that. Tells the officers, get back, let's do a felony stop. And so they're going to kind of do that. They're kind of stuck. The door's already opening. Suspect's already coming out. You're going to see camera officer drop his firearm because the officer crosses in front of him. And then they're going to try to do a felony stop.
Get your hands up. Hands up.
Hands up. Come out the car.
Back up.
Oh.
Stop right there.
So we talked about felony stops or high risk stops before. We did the textbook video. It was flawless. This is a little wonky, a little weird how it went down. There's a lot of departments out there that teach officers, that train it, that encourage it to run up to the driver and just attack the driver door. And I'm telling you, it is not safe. Okay. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just saying that is the way people are doing it. I highly recommend not doing it. Okay. I highly recommend getting back and doing your felony stop. So door pops open. They go, oh crap, we need to do a felony stop now. So they start to back away. Nothing says you can't tell the driver, stay where you are. Do not move. Keep your hands up. Now they're going to go all the way back, get situated. Hey, you ready? I'm ready. Yep. You ready? Yep. Okay. I'm watching this. You watch that. I got lethal. You got non-lethal, whatever, less lethal. And then start giving commands. Nothing says you can't slow things down. And so they kind of started to do that. They're still dealing with all of this while they're still backing up. And then you had whoever it is, kind of the third officer, say, keep going, keep backing up, because he wanted them kind of in cover. And so you're going to have a weird situation here because you're going to have two officers on the driver's side of one vehicle. And so the vehicle that's kind of over here, that's off camera, not that one, but another one that's close, you're going to have two officers on the same side. So when you slowed things down and you wanted to make sure everybody's prepared and everybody's in position, one of them could have run around to the passenger side. And given the positioning of the vehicles, I probably would remain kind of on the driver's side somewhere and then call back the driver to the driver's side. We talked about the high risk stops, felony stops, kind of textbook, where the two police cars are here and then you order them into the middle between the cars there and kind of do the arrest there. I don't know that I would do that here. It just depends. This other car here is really close. There was a third officer that showed up. So I don't know that I would want the suspect walking past that vehicle because it's offset, it's further forward. They could become a problem with that car, as you're trying to arrest them, kind of covered, not covered. And then they could even jump in the car and try to do something if you tried to back up, to give more space and utilize more cover. You don't know there's a passenger. You don't know if there's someone laying down in the back seat with a rifle. You don't know what's going on. There could be somebody in the trunk. Who knows? And so you've got to treat this stuff. Why are they running? They're running for a reason. They're probably not running for shits and giggles. So let's slow it down. Let's treat it like a felony stop. Let's get them ordered out. Let's do all the things that we're supposed to do. And then at this point, you bring them back, you hook them up, you call out to a passenger, nobody answers, call out to a passenger, nobody's there. Then you're going to have to figure out with the resources you have available how we're going to approach this. Do you have a shield? Do you not have a shield? Are you going to go passenger side? Are you going to go driver's side? How are you going to do this, and how are you going to approach it? And it's going to be based on your tactics, your training, and things like that, policies and procedures, things like that. So great video, good arrest. Screw these freaking clowns that are racing around and driving around like ass. Hook them all up. I don't care. So keep sending these clips. I'm going to keep making these videos. Have a good one, guys.